In the pedal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the internet trolls who investigate crime, and the fake judge who prosecutes the offenders. These are their stories. All rise for the Honorable Judge Tuga.
God, it's so hot in there. Oh, it's so hot in there. Oh, F. Let's get situated. Court is in session. This is pretty rad. I like it. I've never had long hair. This is what I imagine it's like all the time. Lovely. Court is in session. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I am the Honorable, Venerable Judge Tuga, and I have assembled a team of the greatest legal minds in pedal law, because I believe it's high time that we wipe away the gray area with clone pedals and set a legal precedent for the future of cloning. Court is in session. God, that's loud. Before we begin, it's important to clarify that this applies only to pedals that are being made for sale. If you're in the DIY community, Judge Tuga says, steal whatever you want. Whatever you need to learn and to have a good time doing it, just steal. The more educated everybody is about pedals, the less misinformation is allowed to spread. That's the first legal ruling. Now to business. Is cloning bad? Well, it depends on a number of factors. Are you hurting the original designer? Are you taking business away from them? Are you displacing the original in the market? Are you being purposely deceptive in your marketing? And are you being upfront about the quality of your work? Are you being upfront about the components that you use? Not all components are created equal. And if you're making a product for sale and using subpar components, not only are you lying to the customer, but you're hurting the entire pedal market by making customers suspicious about boutique builders. There is a lot of gray area here. So I needed to find a way to condense everything into one simple-to-use tool, and the result was this: the triangle of clones. The triangle of clones breaks down like this. The 3 points are divided into number 1, form. Now this is the physical design of the pedal. That's artwork, that's enclosure. What are you doing to make it visually interesting for the customer? Does it differ from the original at all? Function. What does a pedal actually do? Are you exceeding the functionality of the original by adding additional tools? I'm not talking about a few small component tweaks here and there. I'm talking about physical additions and controls that actually can be changed by the customer. Physical knobs and switches that change the spirit of the original design. Scarcity is the third one, and probably the most important. And this can take a couple of different forms. The first form is scarcity can be a pedal that is simply exceptionally rare. There's simply not enough available to satisfy the market, and the builder could be providing access to a hard-to-find item. Scarcity can also mean that a pedal is so exorbitantly expensive that the average person is never going to have access to it. I'm talking about a $5,000 Klon pedal here. Essentially, any pedal that is based on a previously existing pedal is subject to this law. So using this tool, for a clone to be acceptable, it must satisfy at least 2 of the 3 peaks of the triangle. And here's the thing, I've always been a firm believer that the cream will rise to the top. That's really how this whole market works. The market determines what is best. But when it comes down to it, I personally am really sensitive to people being purposely misleading to the customers. This isn't an easy business, and everyone should be able to trust that what they're buying is a legitimately researched and legitimately developed product. But a lot of the time it's difficult to tell who and what is legit and what isn't. A lot of the time you might think that just because a pedal is expensive that it's good, and that simply is not the case. So before you decide to gamble on a pedal from that unknown brand, do a little bit of research. Do they have a decent following online? Are they receptive to being contacted? Do they have any dealers? Do they have a real website? And when in doubt, I want you to use the triangle of clones to make the decision for yourself and keep from getting burned. That's all for today. Thanks again for tuning in. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Court is adjourned.
All rise for the Honorable Judge Tuga.
Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Meow, 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 meow. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check, check. Let's see how loud this is. Am I sitting on my marker? Mark. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg. Mark. Marky Mark. Mark Wahlberg. Marky Mark. Levels. Check. Peak. Peak. Nice. Sounds pretty good. Check.